Okay. Yes. So, of course, season 5 is not going to be live per se, but we definitely got some preparation on the motherfucking way. As you can see, Kai Storm is in the building. Motherhood Sex Marijuana is in the building. Shoot, Fuego Magazine is in the building. Shop.spreadshirt.com/MSM gear is in the building. Everybody is in the building. And season 5 will bring new conversations, new topics to talk about, new subscribers, new money in this bitch. That's all we interested in 2023. Increase in direct deposits. G, stop playing. Stop playing. Motherhoodsexmarijuana.com. We in the building, season 5. Show up and show out. And if you want to get down with us, hit us up. All right? Later, people. We in the building, season 5. Let's get it. Recording in progress. Yes, I am obviously early. Ruby needs 15 minutes according to her text message. And you know what I'm saying? I decided to just, use this time to test out situations, and you know what I'm saying? This might be a blooper. Who knows? What the fuck? Kai Storm in the building, Motherhood Sex Marijuana in the building. Definitely want to go ahead and explain that season 5, although season 5 will be I have advertised season 5 to be live. Not that we'll be doing live shows, but season 5 will be lively with more entertainment, more information, and more of us. You know what I'm saying? So that's the disclaimer in the building. Might as well get that out. And you know what I'm saying? And as like the previous video, has displayed, motherhoodsexmarijuana.com, shop.spreadshirt.com/MSM gear, fuegomagazine.com. All of us are in the building. Yes.
Tell me that she said because you're a Black woman, and 60% of the new diagnosed HIV cases are in Black women. Say it again in case y'all ain't hear me good. 60% of the new HIV cases, of the new HIV diagnosis, are in Black women. So I had to share this statistic with y'all because Black women, this is important info. I didn't know. Did y'all know that?
Let's share that again.
I went to the gynecologist yesterday, baby. She had on a Gucci belt, lashes, and box braids. I said, love a Black woman from it. I said, Miss Doctor, let's get one thing straight. I'm a whore. So I need you to run up this STI test. Baby, test for everything. Hepatitis, gingivitis, scoliosis. I want it all. She said, bet. Now, have you ever considered taking PrEP? I said, PrEP, what's that? Ain't that for people who have already been diagnosed with HIV? He said, you sound real ignorant. I said, yes, Your Honor. She said, no. PrEP is to prevent HIV. And I was like, why are you telling me that? She said, because you're a Black woman. And 60% of the new diagnosed HIV cases are in Black women. Say it again in case y'all ain't hear me good. 60% of the new HIV cases, of the new HIV diagnosis, are in Black women. So I had to share this statistic with y'all because Black women, this is important info. I didn't know. Did y'all know that?
I mean, the more you know. You know what I'm saying? The more you know. Yes, motherhood, sex, marijuana always got a piece of a piece of information for you. Okay, Ruby's in the building. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, Queen.
Hey, what's up, Queen? I hope you can see me
Shit.
okay.
Happy motherfucking New Year and all that
Oh
hot
my
shit we got.
goodness. Happy
You know
New
what I mean?
Year. Shit. Let me just turn myself up real quick. I can't see myself. Can you see me?
Nah.
Huh. Let me see here. What in the hell? Hold on. Shit. There goes the technical difficulty.
I mean, shit. Here we go. We got, and I kind of see you a little bit too. It's like you in the dark or something.
What? Hold
Yeah, a
up.
little bit. Like right now, I see your name, but then when it flashes off, I kind of see like a little bit of the reflection in your glasses.
Oh, what? Okay. I'm gonna have to log in on another device because this one's a low quality one, clearly.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Hold on.
it's all good.
Okay.
Shit. Hey, motherhood, sex, marijuana, we have technical difficulties. You know what I'm saying? Again, season 5 is live with different shit, but some shit never change. Some shit never motherfucking change, player. You know what I mean? Some shit never change. And difficulties have been part of our, you know what I'm saying, technical this, that, and the other. It's part of our foundation, I guess. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, motherhood, sex, marijuana is, you know what I'm saying, is currently, I don't know if we still having a sale on shop.spreadshirt.com/MSM gear. You can get this sweater on shop.spreadshirt.com/MSM gear. We also got t-shirts that we selling on our website for $20. They were $10 during the month of December, but now they are at the regular price of $20 plus shipping. So you can either order our t-shirts on motherhoodsexmarijuana.com/shop, or you can go to shop.spreadshirt.com/MSM gear and order a sweatshirt or a t-shirt or a bandana. We got a couple of different things on our merch website. So yes, we doing a promo for every fucking thing. One shot, one time, because season 5 is live with a whole lot of information. Yes, indeed. And yes, let me go ahead and take a minute while I wait for Ruby to get on to talk about what was it? What's the latest weed thing I did? See, it just was on my mind. Damn it. What is it called? Housing Works Cannabis. Yes, yesterday, because today is the 8th. Yesterday on the 7th of January, I went, downtown to 8th and Broadway, 8th Street and Broadway, and literally not 8th Avenue, but 8th Street and Broadway. You can either take the 4 train to 14th Street if you're coming from Brooklyn. Well, either way, no matter what, you take the 4 train to 14th Street and walk from there, or you can take the 4 train to 14th Street and then jump on the NR one stop to 8th Avenue to 8th Street, I mean to say, and it'll be right there on the corner. And baby, when I tell you, there was a line in front of the store, and Kystom don't do lines. We don't do lines. So I didn't stand on the line, and it's one of our popular videos on Instagram. It is what it is. But go check it out. Now, oh shit, yes, girlfriend. And we both rocking the merch That's what's up. What's up? What's going on?
Oh my gosh. I hope it works now.
Oh, yes, I can see you clearly, honey. I can see
Okay.
you clearly. Yes. How are
Oh,
we?
thank
Look, how
God.
we good? How we doing? How we feeling?
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm going to get into all of that. At this time, at this very moment, I'm very grateful to be here. This is my favorite podcast. You're my
Mhm.
favorite person in New York.
Okay.
And you're one of my favorite partners to work with. So we good.
Yes, indeed. Oh my
Got
God.
my
Yes.
shirt.
I mean, seriously, we literally rocking the same shit. We like, you got the, I got the pink, you got the green. I'm like, yeah. We doing it. We
Hey,
doing it. Yeah,
hey, hey.
We kicking on season 5. That's right.
Dude, and not to mention, guys, that this is actually not our first draft of the logo either. So we have multiple go arounds of this. And
Oh,
so,
hell yeah. We're an evolving campaign. That's what the fuck we is. We are
exactly.
evolving constantly because we are moving closer to the $1 million mark, baby. That's what it is.
I feel it.
That's what it is. I feel it on a regular basis. Yes. But yes, man, listen, I don't know. I want to get all in your business. Real talk, I want to get all in your business because
Well, my booty hole is wide open for that, and motherhood, sex, marijuana, and the motherfucking building. Season 5.
building, girl. Season 5 is all the way live. Yes, indeed.
All the way
And
live.
girl, the main thing, like I said, the main reason why is because, first of all, you had a very important thing happen in your life. Giving birth is a beautiful blessing. Women that actually make it through that horrendous experience, no matter how exactly the baby came out of you, whether it was cut out of you, or it slipped out your pum pum, however it came out, it was an experience. And automatically that makes it a congratulatory moment. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into the journey before we got to that. And we're going to get into how you feel and how the baby is doing, honey.
Awesome. Oh, get up all in my business. Because
all up in your crack, in your poom, we going there. We been there. Shit, that's one of the things that's most important on the show. Let's keep it.
Somebody got to do it. Ain't nobody touched this poom for a minute now.
Oh. Yeah.
But you know what? It's all good. It's not a complaint. I'm just throwing it out there. And as you all know, I do like to get in people's business. So it's only right that y'all would want to get in my business. Mm-hmm. Unless you like hate me or something, then I totally get
it. Shit. Like I said, it's definitely not only for good content, but just because shit. Because I mean, not for nothing. You know what I'm saying? We have, audience members that actually, love and care about us. You know what I'm saying? Yes. That be, you know what I'm saying? And people, you know what I mean? People have definitely sent their love. People, from our Twitter audience to our Facebook audience, you know what I'm saying? Instagram. Everybody has sent, love, like, how is Ruby? Is Ruby good? How's the baby? Is the baby good? And it's like, I'm the representative that I'm like, yeah, everything good. We gonna get to you. We gonna get to you. We gonna get to you. Just wait till season 5 drops and it's all live. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get to you. But yes, the people in the streets have definitely sent their love.
Oh, I appreciate it, guys. For anybody who's wished well wishes, or anyone who's just thought positively about either one of us, that's Kai and me included in our families, like, thank you for that. Mm-hmm. If you have a good friend that you can trust, then hold on to that person. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't talk to anybody. I talk to Kai and my mom and my kids and my one sister. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I like simplifying my life. As they say, you got to cut the fat sometimes. Hey. And I'd rather have a handful of motherfuckers that fuck with me than a whole army of people who want my demise. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
So no, I'm so grateful, man. Like, this is such a blessing, Queen. Indeed. And I'm going to start off with the podcast first. because that's what, we're talking about right now.
Word.
And I don't know, I've just been wanting to get back to work. For those that know Kai, she never stopped working.
Hey.
But I feel like it's time for me to get all the way back in there to give, not only with MSM, but with regards to my other artistic, vibes and everything. I've just really missed creating content as well.
Absolutely.
Can you hear me okay?
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's what I was just saying. I agree with you. You know what I mean? Like, of course, yeah. The name of the game is to, keep going, create content no matter what, and to, up our numbers and make sure, we keep our audience, engaged. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you have, your own ventures. You know what I mean? We both as women, we come together to do this podcast, but we also have our own ventures that also, pull our artistic attentions to, to handle those situations.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Excuse me for a minute, because I need to find my blunts, because I'm definitely gonna smoke.
Yes, girl, of all things we need to be doing is smoking. Yes, because we done gave birth to a baby. It's the shit. All the weed is for us now. We ain't sharing no weed with no little newborn no more.
Oh my gosh. And you know what? Thank God for that. You know what I mean? It was weed helped me throughout my pregnancies, not just this one, but it helped me throughout my pregnancies because I had a lot of food aversions, which is very unlike me, granted that I eat everything. But you can't help how your body reacts, you know what I'm saying, especially in delicate situations. And so weed has always been my friend. Never did me wrong, except for when motherfuckers try to jack up the prices, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
But that ain't weed's fault. That's just capitalism.
That's just the, greed. That's just natural greed for a product that they know is wanted and needed all around the world. So therefore, you know what I'm saying, the capitalist is going to see that as opportunity. That's just the name of the game. It's just like with anything. Like I mean, the latest complaint in the streets is groceries. The price of groceries, the price of fucking eggs shouldn't be $9. Everybody has, up to rich ass Cardi B has complained that fucking lettuce shouldn't be $6. Yeah, even though a motherfucker like she got it like a motherfucker, but I could understand her saying, "Bitch, I got it and don't want to spend it all in the motherfucking supermarket." I feel you. I feel you.
Man, that just reminds me of when Oprah had the nerve to say that avocados were so expensive, so she had to buy her own avocado farm. It's like, oh, okay, I see it. No, I don't.
But you really don't. Exactly. Because it's like, but you know what I mean? But at the same time, like with the way Cardi said it, it was like, you know what I mean? I could understand, because at the end of the day, you and I know she can walk into a fucking supermarket and buy a whole month worth of groceries without blinking, and her account still got money in it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the thought of going into a supermarket and knowing that, I can buy a month of groceries and not blink, but the motherfucker that's really in here buying a month of groceries and is hard pressed between paying for groceries and paying for rent, it's like, you know what I mean? That sentiment still reigns clear. I definitely can still, you know what I'm saying, still match that sentiment based on the fact that, bitch, I don't want to pay $9 for eggs. Fuck out of here.
True. And when you know how much things should cost and you kind of have a gauge of that, shit's just expensive. It doesn't matter how much money you got in the grand scheme of things. I was just throwing that little bit in there. I just want to shout out my titties because they nice and plump. You know what I mean? I got all this milk flowing. You know what I'm saying? And so I've been showing off my titties lately, man.
You got some new aesthetics. You got some new ones, and you ain't even had to pay for them. That's what's up.
I just gotta keep pumping these motherfuckers, and
Oh
it will
man,
flow like, what is that? The land of milk and honey and shit. That's what I'm calling my
exactly.
tits, the milk and honey. And
Exactly.
because I'm a fool like that. Since I had a C-section, my pussy still Trump tight. You know what I'm saying? When I'm ready to fuck, it's gonna
Shit,
be
girl.
it's gonna be
Girl,
pleasurable for both of us, baby.
girl, if shit, I understand how you feel, but at the same time, a part of me says to you, yo, make sure you don't have no more babies, nigga. You don't need no more babies, motherfucker. No. Do everything and everything, and then be like, hey, you got a condom? No. You don't understand. I do not. I refuse to believe pregnancy world again. No, I don't want to see that world again. No, chill.
Man, I heard that.
Back up.
I heard that. Man, shout out to all the mamas and the papas out there, man. If you're raising something or if you're in a position, you don't even have to have these biologically. If you're raising any children or taking care of anything besides, even dogs. I mean, no, we're skipping it to humans. And if you're taking care of other humans, because humans can be complex. And it's funny because I've had a couple of, being in and out of the hospital.
Oh, what happened? What's going on? What's going on? Technical difficulty number 2. Here we go.
Is it frozen?
Yes, it's back. It's back.
Okay.
Technical difficulty number 2. Yes, we getting in there. But yeah, you were saying you were coming out of the hospital or something like that.
Yeah, for those that don't know, I did have my baby. I was not expecting to have her this early, but I'll go more into the experience of that later. But fact of the matter is, she's still in the NICU. They still trying to fatten her up and do what they got to do to help her, but she's a trooper, you know what I'm saying? So no worries. She'll be home in any minute now. But going back and forth to the hospital, I got to know some of the nurses.
Nice.
And having some real ass conversations is my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? And so I've expressed, how I don't want to do this again, as beautiful as it is, you know what I mean? And I've just learned so much, and I'm very grateful to healthcare professionals that really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Whether you do it to feed your family, whatever, I'm not judging you, but you can always tell that motherfucker that cares and that got into a certain business because it meant something. And I just want to thank publicly everybody that's helped on this healthcare journey. Lord have mercy. There were some dark times. But I can't complain. I don't know. I'm so excited.
And see, that's the best thing about it, is that you're not looking at any of the negatives. You're not hanging on the negatives. You know what I'm saying? First of all, no matter what kind of life you live in, there's some sort of part in your life that's negative. There's something going on that, you don't necessarily like, that you want to change. You know what I'm saying? You got, it's going to take time to work on, you know what I mean? But you're not hanging on the negative. You know what I'm saying? You excited about what the possibilities and the positivity of the situation. You know what I mean? You looking at the bright side. You're not like, oh, I gotta figure out how much, damn it, who the fuck gonna charge me for babysitting? It's like, fuck it, it's a new baby, and she's beautiful, and she's just gonna bring me a brand new joy in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just excited to work on it. And the fact is, everything, like I've been saying always, everything happens for a reason. And the way, and I literally feel like, the baby coming early and then her being in the hospital for a couple of days gives you time to, get prepared in certain situations that maybe you wasn't prepared for in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, there were certain things that you didn't have, certain things, coordinated. And if you didn't, you got plenty and ample time to get that shit done and in the process. And then, you know, talking to these women at the hospital, obviously could have probably gave, they could have probably provided you with some sort of information, some sort of, search social, entities that, you could, socially get some assistance there, if needed. You know what I mean? Those
Right.
those are prime networking situations you was involved in.
Right. And you know what? I had shared with Kai, this is the real of it. You know what I mean? When people usually have this life-changing event, specifically having a baby, it's not uncommon for people to throw a baby shower, shower you with gifts and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And furthermore, even besides that, you have like 9 months, technically, or, in theory, to kind of set things up little by little, if that's not the case.
Basically.
But this go around with this child, because there was so much going on in my life and pretty much having to be the sole provider of my family, and just the different dynamics of where we came from and what we've been doing these last couple of months, I procrastinated getting shit. Okay, let's just say that. To where it was like, oh shit, when this baby comes, I'm gonna need a car seat. I'm gonna need a bed. She can't sleep with me. She's gonna have to sleep alone for a little bit.
Right.
And it just all hit me at once. And I also shared with Kai that besides the financial thing, because that's always gonna come, and believe me, we good now. There's resources. I'll sign up for free shit for my kids. I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that we taken care of.
Hello,
so
me too. Good. Me too. Shit, yeah. I tell people all the time about some free shit, like because it's not free. Technically, we pay for it with
somebody
our tax
paid
money.
for it.
So that's all shit we paid for. So it's not free. You giving me back what I motherfucking paid for.
That's a definite real way to look at it, and it's very true. And so now that that's parts out of the way, there was other aspects such as, oh shit, I'm a single parent. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And then there were complications during the delivery that just had me bawling, to where it was like, oh my God, is this is a life change. This is a life-threatening event. Like, I know I have faith and whatnot, but you never know, because I've known plenty of people who haven't made it out of surgery, and specifically birth surgery. Word. So never once am I going to be like, oh shit, everything's just going to be hunky-dory, because you just don't know unless you just get through it.
Right.
So I just want to thank our creator, because I do believe in a higher being. I believe in grace. I believe in mercy. I believe in the laws of the universe, and as well as just wholeheartedly asking for help when you need it. And I believe in divine intervention. And let's just say I felt a lot of that throughout this situation. Nice. So where we tend to like lack in certain areas, and we sometimes are so down on ourselves, we just like can be so surprised at like the beauty and the abundance that comes from like other means. You know what I'm saying? Kai, my dear friend, checks on me all the time, and that meant the world. You never know. I mean, I felt like we said, it was like, you're in jail when you're in the hospital. Word. You have a lot of downtime. You can't go anywhere, or, if you do try to go anywhere without permission, it's going to be an issue. You know what I'm saying? You don't have all the automatic freedoms, obviously. And so, there's a lot of downtime. And there were moments where I was like, oh yeah, you realize who really loves you, or who just gives a fuck. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's ever out of style to tell somebody how much you appreciate them. So if you have that, hold on to these motherfuckers, because life could be so much more difficult.
Word.
But yeah, Queen, and I want to get up in your business too. I don't need to be the only one divulging everything.
I mean, shit, hell yeah. You know what I mean? The fact is that shit, of course, I wanted to make sure and talk about the baby because she, you know what I'm saying, as her health is important, your health is important, and you know what I'm saying, and the journey, and you know, discussion is important. It's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had you know, somewhat difficult journey. You definitely did it for the most part by yourself. You know, you had help from, you know, family members here and there, but you did it most of all by yourself and you made it. You know what I mean? It's not ideal, but the fact is that you're not giving up and you got a positive outlook on what's going on in the future. So, you know what I mean? Big up to you, and definitely, you know what I mean? Let's put that in the forefront, because a lot of fucking negative shit is going on in the world around us. You know what I'm saying? So talking about positive shit is definitely important. Now with me, shit, the main thing that went on with me is my middle child decided that she no longer wanted to have locks in her hair. So the last couple of months, she just been, you know, slowly but surely combing them out. And then by Christmas break, she finally had them out. And Africa came over, it got, you know, put some nice braids in her hair, and she now looks older than she usually looks anyway. She, you know what I mean, looking, her standing next to me, she looked, you know, there's plenty of people that have taken her as the adult and not me being the adult, and it's like ridiculous, because it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Just because, you know. But one of the main things I'm bringing her up in the first place is because recently, two women, like the first time, it was this woman, Jamaican, and she approached a goddess in the park, because a goddess and I were always in the park, you know, playing. And I guess she saw a goddess, assumed based on her look that, you know, she must be older, therefore, you know, and maybe she's old enough to babysit. And apparently my child, in thinking that, you know, oh, this is a job, I'm gonna get, you know, I'm getting me a side job, but somebody's going to give me extra money, let me say yes to this situation. And you know, when we talk to this lady, we find out that the child that she wants my child to babysit is special needs. So this is not just a regular child. We're talking about somebody that actually needs special care that my child has no fucking, you know, experience with. Never mind the fact that the only not even baby, because I don't even like to call that babysitting. The only person she's been with is her little sister, and that ain't babysitting. That's your job. That's part of you doing something for the family. You ain't babysitting shit, because I ain't paying you to watch her. The fuck, you know what I'm saying? You doing what the fuck I told you to do because you live here and you eat here. You know, but
you paying it forward because her big sis had to watch her too, I'm sure.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So once we talk to that lady and explain to her that no, a goddess is not capable of babysitting your special needs child, you know, that's not going to happen. And of course, you know, she was one of these women that, you know, she tried to push it. She tried to say, you know, if you want, you could watch her, you know, you could watch the child watch a goddess while a goddess is watching the little boy. And I'm just like, nah, you ain't got enough money to pay for all of us to be babysitting your son. Because then you damn sure would have to pay all of us to babysit this little motherfucker. And at the end of the day, I, as a mom, don't want to be around no special needs child. Honestly, and you can hate it or love it. How I said what the fuck I said. I don't want to be around no special needs child, because I don't want to. I've never experienced that kind of thing now, so I don't know how to deal with that, and don't want to know how to deal with that. You know what I mean?
It's a liability. Yeah, and
exactly.
It could be a liability.
I mean, with regular kids, it's a liability. You know what I'm saying? If I'm babysitting your child, something happened to your child in my care. You got every right to be pissed the fuck off at me. Like, you were supposed to be watching him. What the fuck happened? You know what I'm saying? So we're not doing that with a special needs child. Now, recently, again, another Jamaican woman, according to a goddess, came up to her asking her about babysitting. And I immediately was like, in my head, because again, this is New York City. Sex trafficking is definitely real all over the United States. People will grab people, you know what I'm saying, early 12, 13, 14-year-old, you know, just young budding, knowing that they virgins, you know what I'm saying, and grab them up or and do, you know what I'm saying, under false pretenses, get somebody in they, you know what I'm saying, get the child in their house, and the next thing you know, all kind of different shit is happening. And because a goddess has been raised in Seattle, a goddess don't, you know what I'm saying? A goddess is not New York City street smart. You know what I mean? And of course she's not automatically, not just New York City street smart, but she's just not teenage street smart yet anyway. She just became 13. She'll be 14 in March of this year. So she's not, you know, teenage street smart to pick up, you know, people trying to play with her, you know what I'm saying? So no, I'm not, you know, I'm just like, no. I'm not about to just trust it and go into no situation and have my child into some situation that could turn ugly for her. I would rather her wait, you know what I'm saying? In New York City at 14, you could get a little blue paper called working papers. You take that to McDonald's, fill out an application. McDonald's give you a little part-time job, a little 15 hours a week. The fuck? She could do that. That's legitimate work. That's legitimate work area. That's some legitimate with a real paycheck that I know exactly what the fuck she doing in there. If she go in there, she putting on a uniform, she selling fries. That's what the fuck she doing. You know what I mean? She's not in somebody's house where I don't know what the fuck is going on and I don't know what's happening to her. No.
You know, I definitely have to give it up to you and your husband because, and it sounds like, duh, of course I would check into this shit because that's who you are. But trust and believe, not all people are that get up in your business because what I think the forefront is, especially when you're not of a certain class or whatever, it's and I'm talking about economical class, like, right. You know, we're not millionaires just yet, so money is, you know, an issue for us. It's a thing to consider. Definitely. But never ever are we going to be money hungry enough to put our kids in a compromising situation. And yes, because you're savvy enough and because you're critical enough, which we should be raising these motherfuckers, we have to be that
where they live, no matter where you live. Like
exactly,
you know, I'd still be living in Seattle, and still, you know, if we were still living in Seattle, that still would be my concern, because the fuck, as many fucking trees and forests and bushes that people could just bury people bodies. No, there's all over Seattle. No, I can't just trust you in somebody's house. Like, this is not family or somebody that I know for years. Therefore, I know that you truly want a babysitter for your child, and you know what I'm saying, and maybe my kid and your kid got history, so therefore, you know what I'm saying, my child, you know, can have some sort of control over your child and actually babysit, and there could be money exchange. Now, in a situation like that, you know, I would allow it, because that's you know what I mean, that makes sense. But somebody just random off the street, I don't know you, no, and you don't know my child, no. Absolutely. And
furthermore, it's questionable that they'd be that gung-ho not knowing,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
It's just basically going on her looks, because she does look older than what she is. And you see her with her little sister, so you figure, okay, if she obviously taking care of her little sister, she, you know, she responsible and shit. But at the end of the day, you still, you know, that's not enough information for you to go in. That's not enough information for me to trust you based on how these streets are moving. Based on, you know what I mean, that 13-year-olds shit. Even back in the days when I was 13, I grown ass men would run up on me and try to holler at me. So therefore, I could just imagine, you know, some grown ass woman trying to, fool my child or bring her in the house, and then next thing you know, something happened to her because she got a whole bunch of niggas in there doing some old fuck shit. Because
and of course
there's females that get down like that. There's situations that happen like that. And so no, she will get a legitimate McDonald's job after she get her working papers, and when she turned 14. That's what the fuck she gonna do. And in the summertime, she'll get a little, a New York City youth job where they give her a little 3 paychecks for the whole summer. Like something like that. That's legitimate working areas with actual paychecks and actual work experience, where I, as the parent, know exactly what the fuck is going on. Like, she's in a working place learning actual work things. You know what I'm saying? Not in somebody's house where I don't know what the fuck going on.
Yeah. Great points. Great points indeed. These are all like, regardless of what, our children are trying to get into, asking questions and verifying, right? So good for you.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's, I don't know. I have, I don't know how to say this, but if I had said that having kids is overrated once, you know what I'm saying? The person that I said it to kind of was like taken aback, like,
right.
Oh, like, why would you say that? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I don't mean any disrespect, but you could try to do like you could try to be the most perfect person. You could enroll them in all this type of shit or whatever. Do what you think is going to be like the best parent of the year award, right?
Mm-hmm.
But our kids are still people, and they still have like their paths to, choose while they're in our care. Of course, we're the caregiver, but eventually, like, my 3 kids are going to grow up and they're going to have like identities of their own. They're going to have, if they choose, families of their own. And so, even though they're young, I still think about shit like that. So I just watched the movie. It's been out for a while, but that movie about Venus and Serena.
Oh,
King Richard. Have you seen that?
No, I definitely haven't. But I mean, based on like a lot of social media, been talking about, how they've been raised and stuff like that. Like I definitely have heard about that. You know what I'm saying? I also heard about, how their father was like was like the main one that was pushing them to be tennis superstars, no matter what, you know what I mean? And there's 2 ways you could look at that. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah, you mean he probably was pushing you into something that maybe, if you could make a choice, you would probably do something else. But let's look at your reality now. You're both tennis fucking superstars, rich ass women of this world, and well established. So everything he did in order to make you into this life, obviously made you a success. So you can love it or hate it, but it made you what you are.
Man, dude, he for one thing, I can't say I'm like a diehard fan, right?
Right.
However, I do respect these women and their trailblazing story, just period.
Word.
Before I even watched the movie, just like Kai said, she hasn't watched the movie, but she has a sense of their story, right?
Definitely.
So after watching the movie, and of course, Hollywood's going to do its thing. Will Smith, you know what I'm saying? That whole shit, who really knows? But what I pulled from it was he believed in them so hard that, and it wasn't just him either. You barely hear about their mama. Well, I never really. She was just as involved as he was. He just was audacious, and he didn't give a fuck what anybody thought. He was going to be right there at the forefront making decisions with his daughters, is how I grasp that. You know what I mean? And what was best for them. And sometimes they didn't know what was best for them in the moment. And sometimes they did. You know what I mean? It's just, but that's their story. But I was just so impressed. And I was like, you know what? Regardless of what people say about this man, he has a winning attitude. And one of the statements that he made was he and his wife had, before their kids were even born, he was talking about what he saw for them. And so I think really and truly, a leader, which as a parent, you are one of those. You have to be a leader.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I feel like you will lose respect if your children don't see you as a leader, because they really should.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean you're a dictator or some asshole that just makes up all the rules. It means that there's an established trust there in which their livelihood is completely safe and not questionable, and they will follow
Exactly.
suit. And that's and just I was so impressed by their story, because I was just like, wow, it's just that's all I got. And I feel like he taught them, or it portrays that he taught them to have some sort of like humility, right?
Mhm.
Maybe not like thinking that anyone's better than them, because they certainly were confident as a young age. And there's actual footage that shows this about these women.
Right.
Um, he was just like, his belief was so strong, but he didn't want to brag about it. And he wasn't trying to have his girls acting like they were better than anybody either.
Right.
Although, damn, if you're a tennis pro, you're fucking better than me. That's for damn
I
sure.
mean, I mean, the
Shit.
fact is, he damn sure that he knew. Like I said, I didn't see the movie, but I know, just based on portrayals of how everything has been shown about their life, I could tell that he knew that they stood out anyway as Black women playing tennis automatically. They
Right.
stood out automatically, so there was no need to be extra about it. The fact that they were Black was already extra. So
Ooh,
just
beautiful.
all he had to do was concentrate on making them champions, making sure
Boom.
that they had the champion mindset and the
Boom.
champion goals. So when they went out there
Right.
and they played like champions, shit, nobody can say nothing to them. You know what I mean? It was
He's like,
like
I told you so. I told you so.
like
And
I
that's just
told
how it
you.
is.
Or you thought that
Yeah.
you thought that I was gonna come out here and just scrub out? No, you know what I mean. And see, and I can't remember. It has to be Serena. Serena is the one with the clothing line, right?
I don't know. I
See, that's what
would
I'm
say they
thinking.
both have it.
I'm thinking Serena is the one with the clothing line, because because one of the things that they were talking about was when she first came out with her clothing line, a lot of them were like bodysuits and things of that nature. And shit, girlfriend body is like,
It's
hell,
probably
hey,
Serena.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
So
both of
when she
them.
put on a
Yeah.
bodysuit, you know what I mean? They
Shit.
let her play. I think they let her play for like 2 games, and then like the third game, they was trying to tell her not to, not to wear the bodysuit, because you know what I mean, body was banging, and
Oh,
somebody was hating, somebody was mad,
haters.
and girlfriend didn't care anyway. She fought for them to allow her to wear her clothes. You know what I mean?
That's what's
And,
up.
because bitch, who you mad because I look good? You mad that my titties are just blessed and my ass is blessed and my hips are blessed? You mad?
Man. And it's so
I'm so
fucked
sorry.
up,
That ain't got
right?
nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing to do with
It's
me. That sounds like your insecurity,
exactly.
player. That's your
It's
insecurity.
it's that, and it's a sexualization. We see it time and time again. I feel like, and excuse me if I'm wrong, because you can correct me on this.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Black women are the most sexualized and the most discredited at the same time. It's like, how are you going to discredit this beautiful goddess, and you just want that? You don't know how you want it, but you just want it. You try to get the lip injections, you try to get your butt fat, the unnatural ways where they just naturally grow that way. You know what I mean? And so
Exactly.
it's just
And
so
see,
disheartening to see a
and see, that's the
society.
thing. And see, that's the thing. It's like it's also a confusion to Black women too, because it's like, you know what I'm saying, for the women that don't naturally have those curves, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I mean, because shoot, not all Black women are born with curves, you know what I'm saying, not all Black women are born with big titties, big ass, you know what I'm saying. So you know what I mean. So that those are the women that are, are based on society, are being told that, yeah, go to Dr. Miami and pay him whatever the fuck, or if you can't afford Dr. Miami, take your ass to your homegirl's basement and inject whatever the fuck in order to meet the same standard. And it's like, the natural body needs to be celebrated again. Like that needs to be back. It needs to be celebrated. We need to hear about more people, talking about, being natural. Like Glorilla, like the rapper Glorilla. I don't really like her lyrics. I don't like nothing she rap about. But one thing I did like that she said was that she ain't trying to get no surgery because she like her natural body. I want to hear more people, more celebrities say that they like their natural body, that they've been trying to keep their body natural for years, that they ain't go to doctor nobody and pay nobody to cut up nothing to big up nothing.
Man,
you know what I mean? That shit needs to be celebrated more.
And it's just to see society, and then it's just, as long as I think we're conscious of it, and then we make steps in our real lives just to not do shit like that. You know what I mean?
Word.
I think that should be good enough, because we're not going to change this matrix. You know what I mean? It is what it is. It's got to play out.
Nobody's trying to change the matrix, but I think if anything, as long as you speak it into existence, just like we speak our success into existence, the success of everything we're doing, and within this podcast, within our own our artistic journeys, we speak success into our existence. So I'm speaking into existence and saying it out loud so that my other female children can hear and understand that yes, the name of the game is keeping it natural. You shoot. You see your mama got stretch marks and a little gut, but she walk around here and put on her lipstick, and she walk out here like the cutest, because she is the cutest, and rocks it like the cutest, and don't care about nobody that got a flat stomach. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Her flat stomach is just as cute as my gut. I'm just gonna say that. It's just as cute. So it is what it is.
I love it. It's just about self-acceptance, being real with yourself, as well as accepting yourself fully.
Word.
I've never been, so in touch with like what I want, because I think what I want is important now. That's crazy. Do you listen to any other podcasts?
I definitely listen to a lot of different podcasts on YouTube. Some shit I can't tell you. I fucking remember everybody's names, but you know what I'm saying? I definitely listen not only to pick up points based on what they're doing, but also because 9 times out of 10, a lot of times that what they're saying is entertaining to me. Like, one of the main things I've been that comes across my feed is homegirl Jaguar White.
I love
Jaguar White. Yeah, yo, and a girl I love every time I hear about, because again, everything she's saying needs to be told. That shit needs to be told, yo. Just like how they be talking about that these rappers are getting raped by the music industry when they sign these contracts. The contract they give you a $500,000 contract, and then the record come out, you make 10 million, but they giving you a check for $235. No, they gave you a $500,000 contract, gave you a $500,000 advance check, and then when your record come out, the record make 10 million, and they sending you a check for $253 and they telling you still owe, because the reason why is because you owe them for the $500,000 that they gave you in the first place. Like the shit is a rate like that. That alone is something that people need to talk, people hear about, so that you know what I'm saying. That people don't think that all I got to do is get a record contract, and when the record contract is the devil. And then on top of the fact that when you have people like Jaguar Wright, who clearly has been in the business for years and clearly is talking about, she's not just talking about what she knows, she's talking about shit that she's seen, because she's been all over them. She's been through. So she knows these people. So
Mhm.
to be telling the real inside of what's going on, of how these and this shit makes sense. The whole shit she said about Uptown, she was like, "Yo, Puffy's still alive, but yet Andre dead, fucking everybody else that was involved, Heavy D dead, his girlfriend, his baby mama, all of them, they all died from supposed heart attacks. It's like, but Puffy been fine. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Puffy been straight, and Puffy been literally making money off Biggie's music. It's true. Where's the money going? Because you still to this day you still hear Biggie music played every fucking where. Any party they play Biggie music. Any radio station is still playing Biggie music. He's making millions of dollars off this man, and this man's been dead more than 25 years. He was 24 when he died. So this man's been dead for more than 25 years. So that means that Puffy has been literally alive and making money off a dead man. So
As
like,
many are of them are.
Everything that she says is just makes so much fucking sense. So every time, every podcast that she comes on, I stop and listen to that shit. And she's been dead ass coming out and talking a lot of shit about Jay-Z, a lot of shit about how Quavo, how Quavo and Takeoff was supposed to be dead, and the only reason why they ain't fucking with Takeoff is with Offset is because Offset married Cardi. Like this shit don't sound like crazy woman talk to me. It does not come off to me like crazy woman talk. It comes off like she is telling the world what the world needs to hear about what the people that we so-called idolize, or some people so-called idolize. You feel me?
Yeah. She's an amazing if you don't know Jaguar Wright, then obviously you should Google her. But she's an amazing musician and artist. She's a mother, she's a wife.
Yo,
she's a lot of things.
Let me tell you, when you hear her sing, her voice,
goosebumps,
baby.
She's anointed with that voice. That voice comes from on high, you know what I mean? So when she is speaking out, you know, at the end of the day, it may sound crazy to some, but she makes a lot of sense. And again, she's not talking out of her ass. She's been in the industry for years and years and years. The reason why that she hasn't like blown the fuck up, and you know, like her other, you know, peers in coming in, is because she chose to do things her own way. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And one of it is not to sell out by any means. I'm not putting down anybody, because she does talk a lot about, you know, some really interesting things, but I only, you know, if anything, I just use it as validation. Like, damn, I knew that. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's some fishy shit going on, but anyway,
but in my head, it also kind of, it's not just, you know, it's not just I knew that, but it's also, damn, you know what I'm saying? It's also some shit like in my head. It's like, damn, you know what I mean? Because it feels like, not only because it's not like she's the only person that's been in the music business that has mentioned, you know, things like, you know, these secret parties that they have, and with their secret rooms and you know, things that they have to do in order to become, you know, a certain status and things like that. She ain't the only one that has spoken on that. Like, many rappers, many, you know, singers have spoken about, you know, this, you know, secret type shit that goes on within the music business. You know what I mean? And you know, but so when you hear her speaking, it's like, it's literally like she's just putting actual fucking visuals to you know what I mean? Before, all we had was just, you know, I could think this is, I could, you know, go off by my own conclusion. No, because when she comes out and speaks, you can actually put pictures, you could put visuals in your head based on everything she's saying. And it can't be just made up shit. It can't be just, none of that shit sound made up to me. None of that shit sound made up. And it's just like, you know what I mean? It just like I said, everything happens for a reason. Like this shit needs to be exposed. Like certain things in the world need to be exposed. And it makes sense that it is exposed based on how shit is going. Cause like, yo, the way, like literally, like she even talked about how Ellen's dancer was why he died, because he was going to snitch on some shit, and you know, I mean, literally, it's like you can't tell me this shit is just made up. This shit is not made up. And her, between her and of course, you know what I'm saying, they're bringing, you know, between her and they, because she's talking, they also bringing back some other shit that had to do with R. Kelly and shit, and Aaliyah, you know what I mean, and Aaliyah, you know what I mean, at that time when she married him, and the whole thing, and the parents being involved again, comes back to the whole surviving R. Kelly movies, where all these females were involved with him and whatnot. But at the same time, you got to also look at the fact that some of these females were involved because their parents literally signed them away to fucking R. Kelly. Like that's a real thing. And during all this shit, when all of that shit was happening, guess what? One of the main people he was working with was a lot of rappers. So you can't tell me that these rappers ain't see that shit. You can't tell me that these rappers wasn't involved in cosign. Like you when you putting all this shit together, you can't tell me it ain't true. Like that, and again, on top of the fact that nobody's suing her, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I also like Don't Call Me White Girl. I think she's funny as hell.
Oh hell yeah,
she's just herself. And even though I don't, like, for instance, just because I'm big and up in Jaguar, right, and so is Kai, doesn't mean I do everything exactly the way she would do it. I just respect the realness. I respect she is who the fuck she says she is, and I can tell when I look in those eyes and I'm watching her lives. You energetically, you can tell. I can see truth behind what Kanye says when he says things, and everyone just freaks the fuck out. Mm-hmm. And whether I would respond, I would probably not say it the same way, but that's just because I'm Ruby and they're who they are.
Right.
So it's just, I don't know. I think that the fact that we keep it real on this podcast is the reason why we just love it, and that it's flourishing, and everybody who fucks with us is fucking with us. Oh, and on that note, I think we're onto a really good thing to invite past guests, right? I think it just makes sense because so much has changed, and there's a lot of new conversations to be had, and why not build off of this network, this hub that we've already created? It's already so large. We can't even like get through to everybody we've had on the show. But I did reach out.
What's up.
Yeah.
And that's what's up, because we've had so many different diverse type of people on the show. We have the, you know what I'm saying, we have the abundance of pickings to bring back, you know, of people to bring back. One of the people I definitely can't wait to talk to is Lamont Sanders, you know what I'm saying, Trap City Green. Because you know what I mean, you know, right now I'm jealous because right now he in the Dominican Republic, you know, getting that sun, you know what I'm saying, he you know, he might be out there with, you know, with family or lovers. You know, I ain't in his business.
We gonna get in his business.
But what I'm saying is that he in the Dominican Republic getting that good sun, you know what I'm saying, he getting that good sun. You know what I mean?
He's an all-around businessman, and he actually, I can't wait to talk to him about his parenting journey, because he's also talking about that too for himself. But I'm gonna let him talk about that because it's really fascinating. And
the main thing I want him to talk about is just the we is what is going on with Trap City Green, and just, you know what I mean, because one thing Motherhood Sex Marijuana has been, we definitely have kept our eye on how the weed market is going, especially here in New York City. And you know what I'm saying, being able to meet up with him, knowing that he was actually in the works of trying to open a LGBTQ
And still
cannabis
is.
dispensary here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We like, okay, you know what I'm saying? He's still on the journey, but it hasn't happened. Why? And we're going to find all about it. We're going to find out what happened, what has changed, because obviously
and where it's
the
at.
rules might have changed. Things might have been different. You know, monies might have been increased as far as fees. We need to know all the rules, all the ins and outs. And of course, if you want to know all about that, make sure be in the building. Of course, spread the word, tell a friend, subscribe to this motherfucking channel.
Hell yeah.
Of course, season 5 is going to, you know what I mean? We're not just going to be bringing you back old guests that's not going to give you no new information. We're going to give you some new information, some new shit.
Giving you the juice.
Definitely, especially if you're trying to be one of these people opening cannabis dispensary here in New York City. Shit, it might be information that you need to know. So definitely
behoove you for sure.
Wait to talk to him. And of course, one of the things we want to talk about is Fuego magazine, because
shout out Diana.
We didn't get to talk about too much about Fuego as much as we got to in season 4, and there's a lot of things going on in Fuego. You know what I mean? And of course, we're gonna get her on the schedule so that you and us, we can all catch up on the updates and get people subscribed to this magazine that has always bring you the latest in cannabis news.
Yes, and just everything with regards to motherhood, and we talk a lot of shit about sex. We talk about it all, and then Jelly's Tainted Treats. Because I had missed that, I just sent her a message like, "Gee, I really hate that I missed that episode. We got to get you back." So she's on board too. So, dude, like, I want to get up in it because I really I love the way, you know, that she's honest and real about her shit too. You know, clearly she is. And I don't think we talk about lesbian scissoring enough, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk a little bit about that. I want to get into their little bedroom, you know. I mean,
sure, if they let us into their bedroom, that is, because I mean, I think, you know what I mean. I think, you know, it depends on the couple, because not, you know what I'm saying. Not every couple wants, you know what I mean, people to know what's going on in their bedroom. You know what I'm saying.
I hear you.
Although certain couples don't give a fuck. Let me tell you, and that's why right now I gotta mention. I am Love and Light TV because baby, when I tell you they want him, they want the world to know that they are in love. Do you hear me? Did you see the video where he was sucking the man's feet?
Yes, and the guy was sucking his nipples. Oh my god, it was so arousing. I was just so turned on by it.
He loved that motherfucker. No, nigga. He got you on Instagram sucking feet. No, that's love. No, that's love, nigga. Fuck you. You can't tell your man to suck your feet on Instagram and see what he tell you. Okay then. Okay then, he'll look at you like you crazy.
You know what? I might have a little bit of a foot fetish, but it depends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm very I need to take better care of my feet, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I need to get pedicures more often. But when there's some nice feet, girl or guy, I'm sucking on those motherfuckers.
Well, shit, I'm not putting my mouth. I love my baby, but I'm not putting my mouth on. No. And then honestly, even though we've never discussed this, I mean, we never really discussed this, honestly, but I kind of feel like he'd be looking at me if I was going toward his feet. He'd be like, "What you doing?" No, it's over here. No, come back up. No, you in the wrong area. Who told you to go down there? No, who the fuck? No, you in the wrong area. You need to bring your ass back up here, right here in the middle. You see this? You see this right here in the middle? That's your spot. That's where you're supposed to be. That's where I need you to be. You know what I'm saying? That's where, you know, you make me happy, real happy right there. So stay there. I don't know who told you to go all the way down there. The fuck going on?
It's not for everybody. Yeah, it's not for everybody. Do you like getting your toes sucked?
Actually, shit. I don't think. No, I don't even think I've ever. No, fuck no, no. I'd be looking at you like, no, you in the wrong area too. I said, bring it back up, bring it back up to the middle. This is
Ooh,
that's the
dude, I
fucking.
had.
No. You want to get shit
Oh
popping?
my
You need to
God.
be in the middle section because that's the only place you need to. That's where all the action is.
Oh my
That's where all the
gosh.
action is. I'm just
Dude,
saying.
I
I mean,
dated this
yes, I mean,
guy,
like any girl, I like, the neck, the tits, you know what I'm saying? You
the
doing
pussy
the
eating.
passionate biting and stuff like that. That's cool. But please,
Okay,
no,
okay.
no, we don't gotta go to no toes. We don't gotta do nothing extra. Stay right here in the middle section where you're supposed to be. That's the power section. That's where all the magic happens. That's the magic. We trying to get to the magic. We don't need no off-road fucking, we don't need no motherfucking
No
tourism
deviating
tours.
path.
No. Don't create no new
Dude.
path to the magic. You just go your straight route. You know what I'm saying? Hang out in that
Man,
area, and I'll let you know when to stop. I'll let you know when to stop.
that's hilarious. Hey, to each his own. She knows what she like. You know what I mean? I
You know?
remember after my lesbian relationship, my one real one that I had, I started fucking with dudes again, and I dated
Mm-hmm.
this Colombian guy who was a little older than I was. And he had this foot fetish like no other. And
Wow.
so it's just like he kind of introduced me to that whole thing. And I just kind of like weaned off. I'm like, it's not for me. But lately, it's like it's just been arousal for me
Right.
to partake in that, so it's to each his own, I'm nasty, you know what I'm saying?
Girl, I know.
So, oh yeah, dude, the reason why I brought up podcasts is because I've been listening to this podcast called Mormon Stories,
Okay.
by John Daling, and his wife is featured on there too. I believe her name is
Wait, you
Margie.
said Mormon stories?
Mormon Stories,
Because
yeah.
I was like, wait, I thought you said Mormon stories. I was like, wait, okay, so to make you feel warm inside. Oh,
No,
that
well,
sounds cute. That's cute. That's a little cute thing. I had
well,
no, but Mormon.
it's Mormon
Oh,
stories. Yeah, Mormon stories. So, long
uh-huh.
story short, one of the nurses had put me on when I was in the hospital, right?
Right.
And so, anyway, we got to talking, and she goes, "Hey, you should listen to this." And so, just I'm gonna put this out there. I'm not dissing no church. I'm not doing anything like that at all. Okay. I
Right.
think everybody's entitled to do research for themselves, to be curious, and a lot of people, like when we were on the show with Cannabis School, we were
Right.
talking about the members, one of them is still a member in the church and the other one
Right.
isn't,
Right.
like
I
I,
do
I
remember
am,
that.
right? And so the reason why this is such a big deal is because I was it was just such a part of my life for so long where that was just my identity, and it was my identity until I had to create my own identity and do something
Yeah.
that feels more resonating with me, right?
Right.
So
Right.
anyway, this gentleman was, belonged to this organization as well, and he got excommunicated because he had a point. He came to a aha moment where he was like, this might not be the path that I want to take. You know what I mean? And
Right.
he's like deep in six generational, very I would say well versed in terms of like the church and how it goes, how it's run, the operations.
Okay.
But he goes on to these different podcasts and he talks about in the most humane and sincere way of how not only he created his own path with his family and is much happier for it, but how he's helping other people transition as well. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Through faith crisis is what he uses a lot.
Okay.
So, anywho, I just learned so much, and a lot of what was said was just very validating, where let's just say it, I'm just been shunned by some of my family because of my beliefs now. People think
Right.
I'm, on the road to hell, you know what I'm saying? And so
Right.
to me, to say that I was like completely unbothered by it I'm lying because I've known
Right.
these motherfuckers forever. You know what I mean? But very recently, I did come to that conclusion on my own. It was just hearing the story of somebody who not only like understood what I was like going through, but he had valid reasons for why he had to pretty much back up. And then it was just validating for me because it just helped me like also just be like, okay, you already knew that though. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, I'm just saying, I'm just
No,
throwing it
I
out
get
there
what you're saying.
because
I get what you're saying because basically it's like it's not the normal, rules of being a Mormon. Is basically you're accepting certain Mormon lifestyle, but you're at the same time you're trying to change. You're changing yourself so it adjusts to your current real life. You know what I'm saying? You're not, you know what I'm saying? You definitely don't conform to the actual rules of how, they want you to live. But in order for it to be comfortable in your life, you're making new rules for yourself in order for it to be comfortable in your situation. You know what I
well,
mean?
yes, I would. That's not wrong by any means. It's just that, like, for instance, when we're talking about Jaguar, right, and
Mm-hmm.
exploiting the industry,
Right.
he doesn't exploit, but he interviews other people, and he actually does share in
Mm-hmm.
which this huge organization has its hand in politics and making
Right.
sure that gay rights were at a stop. And so there's like
Mm-hmm.
deep secreted shit that people just don't have the balls to talk about. And I'm not a scholar by any means, but I know when something's not right. And so one of
Right.
the conversations that I had to have myself was, because of my sexuality, because I choose to engage in sexual acts and stuff like that, I could never be a successful one. So therefore, I
Right.
have to remove myself because it's not the program for me. It's just how to bottom line it. And
Right.
so
Right.
also
Right.
coming full circle with the whole exploitation of things and finding real truth for yourself and what works for you. Um, I feel like if you're an artist, whether you make music or whether you're looking, if you're looking for a record deal right now, that's your business, but that's between you and God. But there's
Right.
no excuse why you can't just create music and you can't just share it, especially with all the technology and the programs and the apps now. So you,
Which is definitely the better route. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
you're not gonna get
That's
fucked.
the
But
beauty of living in this technology filled age that we got. We got streaming channels where, what I'm saying, where you could put it on, your own little Spotify or some shit like that. You know
mhm.
what I'm saying? There's motherfuckers that blew up just from doing their little videos on TikTok. You know what I mean? And they got, and they do their own independent shit based on that. You know what I mean? But once you get to that level and you get approached by these record companies, or you get these offers, like, a lot of these people be talking about, they come to you with offers, and it's like, if you don't take that offer, then, you know what I'm saying, then you don't, get to certain level. You know what I'm saying? At least, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's about what you're willing to do for success. You know what I mean? If making those sacrifices it is what you want to do, then shit, go ahead if that's what it is. But do understand that it's already been put out there what those sacrifices mean. Though, you know what I mean? And it's not just to information being put out, and being sensationalized. I think, if anything, the people that they talking about, they trying to make it seem like it's sensationalized, so you don't believe it's fucking real when it is. You know what I mean? So that, you know what I mean, so they can dupe, whoever, into signing their name, or signing they rights, or signing their music away. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
signing your souls
and it's
away
like,
because
but at the
it's
same time, it's kind of ridiculous because even back in the day, or artists like, you know, Prince and whatnot, you know what I mean, the OJs, all of these people, they did their best to try to buy they music back from, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, buy they, you know, buy their music back from
their masters.
these companies and shit, so that, you know what I mean, they own their shit, you know, because that shit is important, because at the end of the day, when they own it, they can reuse it and reuse it and reuse it, and when you dead and gone, they making money off your shit, and they not give, and they could actually not decide not to give it to none of your family who really deserve it when you gone.
Yeah, and that's how serious it gets. It's a
Mhm.
very dark game. Things are very dark behind the scenes, and behind any large organization and any
Word,
person who believes that they hold power is definitely going to be corruption. I don't care how
word,
good you are. If you're in any position like that, and that's why it's important to have teamwork and just to know that you can't do it all. And I think for anybody to not only attain to create, like, where they're either in a I want all this power. If you're just wanting that, there's something that should be said about you, like, period.
mhm,
And so it's just all encompassing. I think everything that we talked about kind of comes full circle as to, like, don't
word.
lose yourself, man. Like,
Don't lose
it doesn't
yourself no
matter.
matter what it is.
Yeah.
Don't lose yourself. Don't allow
Yeah.
yourself to be sold, you know, like all money ain't good money. Like that's a statement. Ain't that people don't just say that. Like real talk, yes. As at the level that I am, yes, I absolutely want to increase my level of financial status. Absolutely. But I'm not willing to just do anything. I'm not
No,
willing to just be anything. I'm not willing to just
fuck no.
sign away anything or sacrifice just anything just to call myself, you know, having certain amount of money in my account. No, no, the only money that I want to work for is the only money I want to get is money that I actually am working for, money that I deserve based on talent, based on whatever work I put in. Like I'm not gonna be the one complaining about what I ain't got if I ain't put the work to get it in the first place. Like that's not, you know what I mean? That's what it is.
And it sounds like entitlement. So we all, like, have our, things with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you can be happy while you're broke, then I think you're very successul. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? Because what is success other than to be really truly happy? And it cannot be, there's no dollar sign behind that. And so it's
Word.
just sad. And it's like, as far as the record industry, I hate to keep harping on it, but there's a reason why TLC sold that millions of records and were flat broke. There's a reason behind that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Do your research. There's a reason why Mariah
Exactly.
Carey makes 3 million off of that song at Christmas time, and you know what the fuck I'm talking about. So
Uh-huh.
it's just like, there's, like, don't ever be, as somebody who creates, I create my songs. I don't give a shit if anyone listens to it because I like it. So for me, it's like, number one, the actual process of making it is exciting
Mhm.
for me. It's an outlet. It's like my
Word.
therapy. And so, if one person likes it, well, then thank you. And I'm not even looking for that because I like it. And I think
Word.
that's just our message to everybody, no matter what you do. If you want to have a podcast talking about what the fuck ever, just make sure that it's you, it's authentically you, and it's something that you love to do. And I think that's why we are very successful. I think Motherhood Sex Marijuana is an amazing brand.
Mm-hmm.
It's flourished into something that's way beyond the two of us. And it's a
Word.
beautiful thing. I love it here. I feel safe here.
Exactly. And everybody that comes through here feels safe here. We make sure
Yeah.
let them know that this is a no judgment state. This is
Right.
a release your mind, get high with us and
Yeah.
let it all out. You know what I'm saying?
And it's
And
okay to
we
not
and
know
we discuss
everything.
it. we discuss it, you know what I'm saying, we give advice when, you know what I'm saying, when needed, and you know what I'm saying, and we just, you know what I mean, we give you space to hash it out, because that's what we do when we, you know, get on here with our situations. You know, it's all about speaking out what's real about, you know, what's going on in real life. And that's really, you know what I mean, out of all the podcasts that I listen to, out of all the people I listen to, that's one of the main things I respect about anybody that I hit subscribe to. Anybody that I hit subscribe to is always somebody that, you know, no matter what they're doing, they're bringing the real you about theirs. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, you know what I mean, I'm agreeing with what they're saying. But even if I don't agree, I can respect, you know, the message in what they're saying, regardless. You know what I mean? And every time they're bringing something to the table that it is, you know what I mean, whether it's, you know, for entertainment purposes, for laughter purposes, or just, you know, just so that you know what's going on purposes, it's always information that, you know what I mean, that definitely is important, because you got to keep well-rounded. You got to definitely know what's going on around you, you know what I mean? And like I said, everything happens for a reason. We have our success based, you know what I'm saying, because it's supposed to be successful, it's supposed to grow, and we're going to continue to grow, you know what I mean? And everything that comes, everybody that comes along here, everything that comes along with this is about growth. So it's like, you know what I mean, that's the best thing about it. And anybody I listen to is all about that, you know what I mean? I pick up points from other people, and I bring it on this show, and shoot, and whatever helps, and whatever doesn't help. But you know what I mean, we keep going. We, you know what I'm saying, we don't sit around in the negativity of, oh, we only got 1 subscriber this month. No, we like, nah, nigga, we got 1 subscriber, we about to get 10 next month. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get 20 the month after that. Like, that's what it is. You know what I mean? That's one of the main things that I love about our platform. Our platform has not only encouraged us, but also encouraged other people. One of the main things I want to say about our encouraging other people is 419 show. 419 show was on the verge of giving up. 419 show was like, yo, we don't get it. We don't got enough subscribers. People not checking us out. What's going on? And then it was like, you know, Michael, it actually sent me a text message. It was like, yo, I actually sat back, thought about it, looked up some information, found a program that's going to help me, you know, bring out the characters better, make the characters look better, make the show better. And you know what? It's going to cost me a little money, but I'm going to pay for it and just come back and I'm going to just come back strong. And it's like, you know, and one of the things he said to me was like, yo, it's because I got people like you that I see keep going no matter what. And it's like, yo, you never know who's watching you. You never know who's watching your journey. You know what I'm saying? You're not sitting around in no negativity talking about how much, you know, is not going on. Yeah, you sitting around celebrating every step, and people see that, and people get encouragement for that. So we are definitely glad to you know what I mean, even if it's 1 subscriber a month, we gonna celebrate that 1 subscriber a month. Even if we get 1, even when we get the haters, we celebrate you too, motherfuckers. At least you watched, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because we know you watching, motherfucker. We know you watching. So we celebrate you too. Shit.
But just keep your comments to yourself. You can hate.
Oh, keep your comments to yourself. Don't get blocked this shit. Don't get blocked. You know what I'm saying? But we celebrate you too, because we know you watching.
That's so beautiful. Shout out to Michael and Amanda at 419 show. That is everything, you know what I mean? And you keep me going too. You make me realize or remind me, like, without being you being nothing but yourself, and that's all you can do. And so I think encouraging ourselves and encouraging our children to do our parts, that's where it starts. And then we do, you know, things like this and build community. And I feel so full here because it's just a give. This is definitely a service. I think one of the gentlemen from the cannabis show had said that it's a service, because at the end of the day, everybody can benefit off of an open space of freedom, free thought. And that's how empires are built. We have I love the way that our minds work, and there's people who may agree, may disagree. Well, let's talk about it and let's have like an honest, open conversation. I say a lot of controversial shit. I say a lot of shit that might offend you. I'm sure Kai says some shit that might offend people too, but the point of the matter is we said what we said. And if you want to talk about it, let's talk about it in a very humane way. I can't even think about arguing with somebody online, let alone messing up my fingernails to do so anymore.
Oh, chabu. But
I would be quick to call the police on your ass.
I mean, but you know, but hey, the thing is, we definitely welcome the interaction, because honestly, the interaction is good too. I ain't gonna front. The interaction, you know what I mean? If the comments come intelligent and come grown like, and you know what I'm saying, and we definitely are for the interaction. I'm gonna tell you that, because case in point, on my own YouTube channel, I made a video recently, another short, because I'm gonna tell you right now, the half the time that's what be my problem. It be my shorts. So I made a short and I was talking about how in so I think in Nebraska they got what you call it, they got a baby safety box at the police station, where if you don't want your baby, you can drop off the baby at the baby safety box and just walk away from the baby. Just drop it off, walk away. And my comment was, I mean, how the fuck you drop the baby off and walk away? Like, I talk to me about that shit. And honestly, I got, you know, the video is up to like 2,000 views. I got like about 20 odd people commenting, and the comments are, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they're all respectful. They're all like, you know, talking about, well, this is the thing that happened because they take away abortion. That makes sense, yo. Then there was another person that said, well, would you rather have a person drop off the baby in a dumpster? You right. I wouldn't want nobody drop off no babies in no dumpster. And then, you know, we got other people saying that, you know, this doesn't make the country look good. You right. Like we got to the level where we got shit, we gotta do shit like this. This looks kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like the comments are, you know, we interacting and you know, ain't nobody being disrespectful. Ain't nobody being asshole. You know what I'm saying? We having, you know, grown people conversation about, you know what I'm saying? And I literally said, you know what I mean? The reason why I left I made this video, because I, as a mother of 3, don't understand delivering a baby, dropping that motherfucker off at the police station and walking away. Like that right there, my brain don't know how to do that. I can't. I don't know all that. I don't know. I understand being in a mental state where you gotta do that. Like that's how you saving that baby. I get that, but the fact that it exists still blows my mind. And like I said, in the comments of that video, everybody was very, you know, respectful. So the interaction, we can work with interaction if it's grown and respectful.
Right. And comes from a sincere, and we know what stupid is. Like, let's not be stupid. But I love that. I love thought-provoking conversations, dialogue, and people just giving their perspective on things. Exactly. I think when I had asked myself that question before too, I think, and I sum it down to this, argue with me if you must, but it has to do with the reptilian part of the brain. The reptilian brain is that, you know, whatever that is, it's that drop off. Like, I've had this thing and here it's there, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so you're a person, you know, maybe like you or I just are not going to understand. That's okay. But there is a reptilian. That's what it boils down to. And I know it
Mm.
sounds funny, but that's how
No, I
some
get it. I
reptiles
get
do
it.
with their
Obviously, like I
hair.
said, if it makes sense, if that's where it has to go, and that's the only way to keep the baby safe, and you know, they were even somebody jumped in and explained something that I didn't even know. Somebody said something like, "Oh, when they do once that door closes, a loud bell goes off in the police station, so the baby ain't even there for like 2 seconds." You know what I'm saying? People automatically scoop that shit up, and the person that walks away don't get arrested, and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I ain't know none of that. You know what I mean? So and so I get it. Like I said, that you know what I mean? Like that video, it induced, you know, grown people conversation in the comments. So I was willing to be interacting with that. That definitely was, I was down with that all the way, because everything that everybody said made sense. You know what I mean? Everything that everybody said made sense. Word.
I love it.
Word. But yo, this is a fucking great episode. I definitely feel like we definitely capping season 5 with the hot shit, making sure people gonna get a whole lot of hot shit in season 5. Be in the building every week, of course. Season 5 is gonna be live, not live because we going live, but live with a whole lot of information that you need. You know what I mean?
And we love y'all so much. Thank you
Indeed.
for the support.
Word. And on that note, motherhood, sex, marijuana is in the
Sex,
motherfucking
marijuana in the
building.
motherfucking building. Love you, Ma. Thank you.
Love you too. All right, get back to the babies.
Yes. All right, Queen. I will. You too. Bye-bye.